Hello everyone, thanks for being here today. I'm Chiu Yang. I graduated with a master's degree in learning and instruction from National Central University. In this presentation, I'd like to talk about understanding students' argumentation with a place-based card game. The presentation has three parts. The first chapter, from individual to group argumentation, is about argumentation theories. The second chapter, Daising City Zhongli (DCZ), introduced the design, gameplay, and features of the argumentation game. The third chapter, Using DCZ in Classroom, focused on how to use the game in the real world. Let's start from the chapter 1. Past argumentation studies usually use Tongmyong's argumentation pattern, as known as TAP, to focus on individuals' argument results. But TAP couldn't investigate their argument process or in-group interactions. Teachers in school rarely have the proper tool to investigate students' argument process. So, claims that the sales perspective is made by claims and evidence. Dialogic argumentation arises from the coordination of claims and evidence in the argument. People discuss in dialogic argumentation, then write their thoughts as argumentation results. Now let's move on to Chapter 2, the game itself. We follow Kum's studies and designed a place-based card game, Daising City Zhongli (DCZ), to build an environment for dialogic argumentation. In a group of 3 players, each player will get personal identity cards, 12 non-player character dialogue cards with additional information, a public hearing notice card, and 3 different maps. Here's the story. Zhongli is one of the important downtowns in Taoyuan-shi. One day, a man died on the small farmland road with his motorcycle. The police will close the case as an incident if there's no clues. But there was something strange in the incident. The government decided to send special investigation teams to reveal the truth. So, players need to cooperate and reason about the combination of characters and map information. The goal is to discuss the appearance of the death case within 70 minutes. Players will meet 12 non-player characters in total. Let's take Officer Chen for example. 3 players in one team will get different cards with unique dialogues and information. Players must exchange their cards and thoughts to discuss what's the truth in the incident. The game uses local Zhongli landscapes, news, reports, and data, such as industrial districts, ponds, rivers, and farmlands, to make the gameplay experience more realistic. 3 players in a group would get different information. Players have to communicate and collaborate to exchange data, claims, and hypotheses for group argumentation. Here's an example. 3 players talk to the same character and get information of his factory. They have to talk to each other to figure out what happened in this factory. Pond pollution, illegal waste dumping, and land disputes are the 3 main storylines. The first half characters and data help players to construct basic claims and hypotheses. But the second half characters and data strengthen or caution players' claims and hypotheses, such as did the PCB factory polluted the pond? What's the tech of the waste recycle company? Did the construction company involved in the incident? They have to figure it out. Lastly, I'll talk about how we use DCZ in the classroom courses. The DCZ game provides an argumentation environment to let players have the motivation to argue, and let players experience the dialogic argumentation. By following students' feedback, we can see they fully engage and put effort in this game. Even more, some students ask for more games and more challenges. Then, the DCZ game can let teachers know students' strengths and weakness. In Guanyin High School, teachers and students play the same game with same rules. Teachers and researchers mostly use structures and techniques to build their notes and make progress. In contrast, students usually just write what they thought, which is an interesting point for teachers who wants to develop argumentation courses. Also, the DCE game can provide local issues in the argumentation course. In Zhongli High School, students could bring their local knowledge to make their discussion better. Also, the in-game knowledge could make students want to explore what really happened in their hometown. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.